So the close for the last Friday as far as the overall indices is concerned are indeed very good, where the Nasdaq has moved the most and Dow Jones is also up by 1% and the cumulative impact on S&P 500. And it's been quite a familiar trend in the last 2 weeks. The first 4 days will be on the downside, and on Friday we will see a sharp move. And this is the second consecutive week where we have seen the similar kind of trend. Now let us see what does it indicate, or where the trend is actually going, as far as the Monday is concerned and as far as the overall trend is concerned for the next couple of days. So let's just get a view to start with the week, uh, and let's just start with Dow Jones, and this is the daily chart. So just to have a clear view about the trend, let us see what is happening. Anyways, for the rest of the days we are doing the intraday chart analysis to have a better perspective about the intraday price movement, but because this is the first day of the trading week, obviously we must have a view which will, or we must have a bird's eye view. Okay, so that is very important. Now this is Dow Jones, and you can clearly see what Dow Jones is indicating and what the trend is actually look like as far as Dow Jones is concerned. So here we are. If you are looking at the Dow Jones, there is indeed a breakout. Okay, you can clearly see a breakout that has happened above 32,480, and Dow Jones is facing a resistance in between 34,392 and 34,664. So this is something which we are going to look at as far as the Dow Jones is concerned. Although there is a breakout that is quite visible, but at the same time it's going to be a resistance for Dow Jones going forward, and which is very clear. So for any further upside, it is mandatory for the Dow Jones to sustain above 34,665 or 670. Otherwise it will, move towards the upper end of the range and then started falling again. But make sure that you are not going below 32,480, and most importantly 32,280. Otherwise the downtrend will start again and it will be considered as a false move on the upside. Okay, so the breakout will become false. So just save your levels. That's what I'm going to say as far as Dow Jones is concerned. But the trend is very strong because there has been a range breakout. Now talking about the Nasdaq, which is the puzzle in the pack, I would say. And if you are looking at the price chart of Nasdaq or the daily price action, the daily price chart, what is indeed happening is not at all very comforting, because the overall trend is still on a downside mode. You can now clearly see what the trend is suggesting, and the overall trend is on the downside. So this is what the trend is indicating, and here we are. Okay, so as far as Nasdaq is concerned, there are still some upside, but it will face resistance at 11,629, or I would say there are some levels which we are going to look at. So here we are. So you will face a resistance in between. Here we can see 11,543 and we have 11,689. So Nasdaq will definitely face resistance, and similarly on the downside, what you can see over here is a trend, or is your support level, and it will be in between 10,360 and we have 10,220. Okay, that's it. So this is the puzzle in the pack, and that's make the overall trend, because it will have a cumulative impact on S&P 500. So this is where the weakness comes from, and once the Nasdaq started taking control, you will see a different color in the market, but that's not quite visible as far as the trend is concerned. Okay, so just wait for the breakout if you want to go long, otherwise stay within the range for Nasdaq. Now if you are talking about S&P 500, here we are, which is the most stable one, because and for the sake of analysis as well, it will give you a much clear direction, or I would say a much clear picture about the trend. So what do we have here? So this is what we have here as far as the trend is concerned, and if I try to adjust this thing a bit, so this is what we can see. So as far as S&P 500 is concerned, uh, it is very near to resistance, and for an upside it is mandatory for S&P 500 to surpass 4040 and even 4115. Okay, so these two levels are very important for the S&P 500 to surpass. And right now I don't want to stretch this a bit, but right now the support, or the big support rather, that we are going to look at will be 3769. So the Monday will be a wait and watch kind of thing, because we are just 1 week away from the Fed meet, and it's very important to listen to their commentary and what they are going to do. So this Monday we will go, because we have just looked the overall trend, and we will see what's going to happen as far as the Monday is concerned. So this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching.